Die too young, 100 miles per hour, might crash cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push.
I don't even know how to do an intro for a talking video. Oh, I'm not good at this. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing a Q&A vlog. Last time I did this, it was probably like a year or two ago. So thought I would do an updated one. I asked on my social media, just for the girl riders, if they have any questions to help them. So I got a bunch of questions on my phone from Instagram and I'm going to answer them now, so let's get into it. This one was actually a DM from Kayla and I thought I would add it in just to start with. I want to get better at dirt bike riding because I lost all my confidence after I stopped riding for a little bit, and I was wondering if you had any tips. And I also am trying to convince my mum to let me get a bike at hers because I never get to ride a bike at dad's. So the first thing with when you lose confidence, I remember this happened to me when I hurt my knee. If you've been following me for a while, you know I broke my knee in March, not last year but the year before, so it's been like nearly 2 years. And when I got back on the bike, I had lost all my confidence. The best thing that you could do is just take it slow and don't rush it. If you do rush it, that's when you'll push yourself too far and that's when injuries start to happen. So I think the best way to progress after losing your confidence is, one, go to a ride school or see a coach. Get your technique back up to scratch. Sorry about the sound. I think there's water happening behind that wall. Oh, that is so annoying. YouTube different riding techniques, so just jump onto YouTube and you'll be able to type in exactly what you need help with. Type in motocross or dirt bike and see what comes up for you, and just like learn off them. You can also just like watch different pro riders, see what they're doing with certain techniques and just get little tips off that. And number two, I think it's just practicing and being more present with your riding. We can often get lazy with our riding, but the more that we're present with what we're actually doing, what we're focusing on, our technique, and also focus on our weakness and focusing on one thing at a time will help us gradually progress into the next kind of thing that we need to start focusing on. So for example, if you struggle with corners, if after you go to a ride school and you start to learn exactly how to do a corner properly, you can really focus on each corner, focus on your body positioning, being smooth rather than being rushed and fast, because your speed will come in time once you focus on that. Side note, I always get asked how to find a coach or a ride school. Contact your closest motocross track or the club and ask them when their next coach or ride school is on, and they should be able to help you and put you in the right direction. And then as for your question about why your parents aren't letting you, if they're not letting you, I think it's important to communicate with them and tell them how important it is for you and why it's important for you. I'm not really sure what your situation is. I feel like communication is always number one. If it's something that you really love and something that you really want to focus on, your parents should always have you back 100%. Okay, so Talia asked what inspired me to start riding. My family got me into it when I was 5. My dad bought me a Pirelli 50, just became the normal. And as for what inspired me to keep going, I think it was just the love of it, and I think it's all about like the more that you ride, the more confident you become in yourself, the more that you can overcome fears, the more that you can succeed in something, and it really comes out into the person that you are in everyday life. So I think that's why I really love it, and that's what's kind of encouraged me to keep going with it. Melissa asked, how did you learn to do bike maintenance on your own? So my dad and my brother taught me absolutely everything, and every time I get stuck I just call them or FaceTime them, and they help me. And if I can't get help off them directly, I just take my bike to a bike shop or go to Charlie, who I'll put his details here. If anyone is in the Gold Coast and need bike help, you can definitely go and ask him for help. But yeah, I just go straight to them, and when I do go to them I take notes down and just like write them in my phone, because yeah, it's really hard when you're on your own and don't really have anyone around to help, especially when you don't have the knowledge yourself. So yeah. Okay, so Tammy, who actually came to one of my Girls Can Ride events, which by the way, I've got another one coming up at the end of February, so if you're a Gold Coast girl or around this area, make sure you keep the end of February free. But Tammy has asked, how do you find the confidence to try new things on a bike? I have this weird thing in my head that if I don't do something straight away, I beat myself up. So I have to do it. For example, it was a jump. I usually ask one of my mates to do it before me, and I just speed check them. I follow them, and I usually just do it straight away, because if I ask them, it means that I'm committing to it and believing in myself. So that's usually how I get away with doing jumps for the first time. And if your bike has the ability to do it, if you've got enough speed, if your body is in the right positioning, then of course you can do it. So you just got to have that right mindset to get it done, whatever it is you're wanting to do, and also believe in yourself a little bit more. If you don't have that mentality, I would say just keep progressing every lap, or even like cut the track so that you can come around straight away and do it like instantly, so you don't forget how much you progressed. So like instead of doing like a 2-minute lap or however long the track is and then coming around to it and you've kind of already forgotten how to do it, you can do it like straight away. So if the track allows you to cut it to come back and do it, I would 100% do that. That's what I usually do with jumping. Grace has asked, what mascara do I use? It's not motorbike related, but I always get asked about my makeup, and I just use the Lost Minerals mascara. So it is water based. I do wear eyelash extensions. I'll put who does them here. Thank you, Cara. She's from the Gold Coast. She's amazing. If you're a Gold Coast girl and you need your lashes done, this is your girl here. Tara has asked, or actually no, she's said, not a question, but you should start a podcast series for female riders. You have so many women who you inspire and would love to listen. Oh, that's such a sick idea. I actually want to, but I want to do it with someone. I don't want to do it on my own. So I just need to find the right person to do that with. If anyone wants to do a podcast with me, let me know in the comments. Okay, Sam, this girl actually also came to one of my Girls Can Ride events. She has asked, what are the best motocross tracks around Brisbane within a few hours for beginner riders? There's a few. Gap Creek is one of them. That's great for beginner riders. They even have a beginner track. Same with Motoland, awesome track. They've got intermediate, they've also got a beginner track. And you can also progress onto their main track, which is super safe as well. So if you're a beginner rider, you can literally just roll all the jumps on that track. Motocross Mountain is a really good one. It doesn't have many ruts or anything. It's like really hard pack and flat, so it's really easy to progress with that track. QMP, it's not really beginner, but it's easy to progress with that track. Stanmore, which is Gold Coast Motorcycle Club, I think they're called. That's not a beginner, but you can roll things if you want. And same with MX Farm. That's not a beginner, but you can progress with it. It's like, yeah, you can roll absolutely everything. And that is one of my favorite tracks. Elena has asked, what was your first dirt bike? I had a Peewee 50 and it was a Yamaha. So I was like 5. Okay, so I got heaps of girls ask, biggest tip for a beginner learner to jump, and then yeah, that was from Hannah. Then Shelby asked tips learning how to do jumps. Ava, how to build confidence for jumping. And Shantes, I think that's how you say your name, how do you get the confidence to go higher and higher with your jumps? I always get this question. I think girls are so scared of jumping and landing weird or not having the right body positioning. So it's all about practicing and doing it more and more so that you can get confident to go further and further. It's like overnight I wasn't able to do a big jump straight away. Like it all takes practice and work and time, so you can't expect yourself to be able to do something straight away. It's all practice and progressing. But yeah, you do have to make sure you have the right speed, technique, and also having the commitment and believing in yourself. But yeah, like I said, I recommend going further and further each time. And what I said earlier on, if you can cut the track, just like keep doing that one little loop so that you can progress with it and progress, so you can try the section of the track straight away and instantly, so you don't kind of forget what it feels like to progress, if that makes sense, which is what I usually do. Holly has asked, tips for doing wheelies. I suck at them. No. I need tips. It's really weird. I can only do wheelies on Hondas. I can't actually do them on my bike. I don't know why. I think it's the geometry or something, but if anyone has any tips for me, comment below, because I don't know how to do them either. Someone who I can't pronounce their name has asked, how long have I been riding and what's the tip to go faster? And Kuba has asked, how long have I been riding for? But I've been riding since I was 5. We started riding and racing, and then yeah, eventually I gave it up for 5 years to pursue my career. So I'm a graphic and web designer. I went to uni and then only got back into it 2.5 years ago. Yeah, that other question asked tips for going faster. I think the best tip for going faster is just focusing on being smooth over fast. So I remember once my brother took me out riding and he followed me around the track just to see like what line choice I used, and at the end of the lap, he's like, what are you doing? Like, follow me. And he was literally riding in front of me and like pointing at different lines. He's like, don't take this line, take this line. And just from like different line choice, that's really noisy. Just from taking different lines, kind of teaches you to think differently about the track and different opportunities on how to go faster and avoid braking bumps, or how to find a better line for doing a jump that might get you over it better and whatnot. So it's just like being smarter on track, and I think that's definitely what can help you get faster. And also getting a coach. Technique is everything on a bike. So Regan has asked, I'm a confident rider except for when I'm with my partner who also rides. Any tips to help? This used to be me. I would nearly say it's all in your mind. So I used to focus so much on the other person more than myself, which made me kind of stop believing in myself and thinking about what I needed to improve on and my technique and everything. So I nearly think it would be worth going to the track without them, so that you can start focusing on yourself a little bit more, so that you can switch that mentality around. It's actually crazy, that mentality stopped me from riding altogether when I was focused on my career. So I think, yeah, really important to find that love of why you actually do it, so that you can do it without focusing on someone else, if that makes sense. And yeah, get in your zone. Vicky asked, how do I connect with other female riders? I'm relocating to Queensland and want to get back into it. I would say go to social media. I'm sure that you'd follow so many people in Queensland. You follow me, so contact me. And also doing like girls ride schools, anything like that where there's like girl community rides. I think it's a really cool way to meet like-minded girls. Yeah, just connecting with girls on social media. There's so many girl riders that you can message, and don't be afraid to message us. I'm always here to chat and go riding with. Don't be afraid to send a message and put yourself out there, because yeah, we're all in this together. Isabel has asked, what's your dream gear setup? At the moment, it's my new navy blue and hot pink Fox gear, which I'll put a photo of it here, and my green plastics. I think it looks so sick with my sparkly helmet, which I always get asked. I'll actually put the details of that helmet here, so that avoids getting asked which exact helmet it is, because yeah, it gets asked every time. It's so sick, it has sparkles. I'm obsessed with it. And that is it for my Q&A. Sorry that there's no writing in this one, but I get asked all of these questions all the time, and I thought it was worth doing another sit down chat so that I could cover everything, and when people ask on social media I can refer them back to this video. I think the next one will be 100% a ride vlog. I'm not sure where I'm going to do it yet, but I'll work it out. Thank you so much for watching this Q&A, and I'll see you in the next one.
To the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming